It's on
It
the
was,
air.
live from Manhattan, of course.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah,
Memorial Day weekend, y'all.
yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, no vacations here at Devers Radio. We spin it all through the whole holiday weekend. So there you go. Boom, boom, boom. Take that. 417-717-1454.
Pepper.
That's how you do that too, and get on that way. Yeah, it is a balmy and or balmy. I like to say we
Balmy.
say
It's
balmy up
balmy.
here in the Northeast, but
Balmy.
balmy. It is warm out there tonight. And what do we got here? We got it says 72, but in the house here, I think it's like 92. I think I don't know. It's pretty warm.
That's kind of like how it is
So
here. It's like
yeah, yeah, 72 is, and it might be on the low
ridiculous.
side. So it's a tad
Excuse me.
warm, and but
Um, According to Weather Underground, it's allegedly 75 degrees here right now, but I don't believe them.
yeah. So there you go. That's the way to do that. Let's see. Also, Netroots.radio if you're on Skype. We can get on that way too. That's the way to get on there and do that. Uh, we had the Kanakastanian on here last week, kind of filling in a little bit.
I know. I told her she was going to be sitting in
Yeah.
for me because
Oh, yeah.
I was in beautiful yet misty Baltimore.
Yeah, which it usually is, actually. That's kind of one of the
Yeah,
mysteries.
it was because of the weather. A lot of things did not happen, so we spent a lot of
Yep.
time just hanging out at the hotel, which was just great
Yep.
because it
It's
was
always
like
good.
um, the Comfort Inn, Baltimore BWI, um, is in Baltimore,
Yep.
but it's far enough away from downtown Baltimore that you're kind of stuck there.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
Although
much.
you can walk and catch the light rail in Lithnicium or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Um, and they had a liquor store right down the street from across the street that actually puts the two that are here by me like to absolute shame with
Uh,
the it's near Camp Meade, so near to shame with the inventory that they have.
right. Right.
And it was also really nice. It was green, so it was really nice when it wasn't raining
Right.
or was damp out. We had like there was a picnic bench out there where we all commandeered, so the poor people that worked at the Comfort Inn didn't have anywhere to sit and eat and smoke, so we were kind of mean to them in that way.
Yeah, that's all. Just beat up
Now,
on the staff. Yeah.
and contrary to what the recipes say, you really cannot fry chicken in a crock pot.
Yeah, I don't think,
Slow
yeah,
cooker fried
that's
chicken.
tough.
Although I will say that I had chicken for dinner and I thought I'm just not gonna have the brain. I
Well, if you
can't
can fry
brain well
mush of
enough
anything in
today to
a crock
actually
pot.
fry, and I found a slow cooker fried chicken recipe. And followed the directions. But then I put it in. Then I baked it for a few minutes so the skin would so everything would kind of crisp up, and it was good.
Yeah.
It was like some of the
No doubt.
moistest, tenderest chicken I've ever had. It was
Yeah.
good.
Heck yeah.
I put the rest
No
of the
silence tonight so far,
buttermilk
so that's good.
soaked chicken thighs, all two of them, into the freezer for consumption at a later date.
Right. Right.
And
Oh, yeah. Yep. You got to have your crock pots kind of like it's kind of like a pair of shoes. You got to have those. So, crock pot is kind of mandatory
it
equipment.
is. I love my crock pot. I
Yep.
love it.
Yeah.
I'm just can't brain well enough to like actually have to set timers and stuff. And I just don't want to.
No.
Maybe the
Just
kitchen's
turn
great,
it
but I
on,
just
leave it
don't
on
have.
there
I
for
just
about 8
can't
hours,
brain well enough
10 hours.
most of the time.
Yeah. Good to go.
Though I got one of those little green mini. These you can get these little ceramic coated mini pans. They're like really
Ah.
good for if you're like a single person. They're
Yep.
perfect because they're single serving.
Right. What are they? They're like a crock pot or something?
No, it's a little. It's like a pan.
Okay.
And but instead of being like a standard size,
Ceramic.
it's like for a single serving.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
perfect for people who live like me, who's a single person
Right.
and
Right.
tend to cook too much because you can't, because there's like, you're kind of forced to. So this pan actually it actually allows you just to bake like cook something on the stove that is like enough for you. So
Right.
when I go shopping, and I'll buy a cut of meat and I'll cut it up, and because I can get like three meals from it or something, and the rather than having, a large pan, which sort of like entices you to cook the whole thing, you just put it into the small skillet
There you go.
or the little tiny square griddle. And I had steak the other night with like that, and it was good. It was like the best steak I ever had,
There you go.
and I had meals for like 2 more days because I could.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like
Yep.
things you do when and it's
Yeah, it's like camping out in New York. It's kind of like that. It's
yeah,
not a lot of amenities or whatever, but you can hang in there. Just you can hang in New York City. That's all. Not much going on up here. I thought I would bump into some people, and I didn't bump into them, so I don't know what's going on. But we'll find out what's going on. Got a meetup scheduled for next week, Tuesday coming up. So we'll see what's going on there too. Find out what's going on around this neck of the woods. Um, should be fun. Should be fun, definitely.
yeah.
So that's pretty much pretty quiet for a 2016 election season. It's just not much, because everybody's got it wrapped up already for the most part.
Well, now Donald
It's
Trump
just
is
kind of
going
quiet
after
for the most part.
Judge Curiel because because the judge is overseeing the fraud case against Trump University. He's a Mexican. Man was born in Indiana. He's an American.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, but if you've been paying attention, and Trump sees America as a company ripe for a hostile takeover. He has I mean, in California, he has said he could solve the drought. You're pushing too much water to the sea. Yeah, that's how you do it. You stop to block the rivers from flowing into the sea. That's how you do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, seriously,
yeah.
he's serious about that. Um, but he's
He's
also
only been doing
stated
that for the
that
last
he's going
50
to leave the
fucking years.
day-to-day
40.
running of the United States to his vice president.
Right,
Essentially, he's not going to do jack shit except sign bills. He's not going to be the decision maker
right.
because making decisions is like running the businesses. It's too much. Now we know why his companies failed. Why virtually everything but selling his name has failed until he began running for president.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. It's not a way to do the White House, I can tell you that. But we'll see what happens there. Should be interesting. I don't think number one. I don't think he's going to win it anyway. I think Hillary will win it,
Well,
but
you have to
it's just
understand. People said there were those who were saying he could not become the Republic the Republic, as I said. I can't even the fascist party nominee.
yeah, yeah,
The Republican Party is dead.
yeah,
We have
yeah.
seen the
Well,
birth of a new political party in the United States, and it's fascist.
yeah.
It
The
is
Trump
not
party.
national socialist. It is fascist.
There you go. It's
And
different.
and you can't laugh at him anymore. See, this is the whole thing about Donald Trump. He is such a narcissist that he really doesn't give a shit about what you say about him, as long as you say something nice, and then he goes straight to the playground.
Right,
One
right,
of the fun things that Stephen Colbert on the Late Show has done is he's brought in a kid, a character called Timmy Jenkins, and Timmy is Donald Trump's insult advisor. He's the one that comes up with all the playground insults.
right, right. Ricky says she can't hear you on Spreaker. Might have to raise that up a little bit, that volume there. I don't know, but you sound good here. I don't know. You sound pretty
Can't you
good
hear
here.
me
So I don't
now?
know. Can she hear you now? I don't know. We'll find out
I'm
in the
streaming,
chat.
and I can't do too much about volume except I'm streaming.
Yeah,
So yeah, there. Well,
that does look pretty good.
everything's good. That's kind of weird. You are hearing me, but I'm not
Yeah, I'm
hearing
hearing you.
any. I'm not
It
hearing
sounds pretty
anything
good.
through my. Okay. There we go. That was kind of weird because you can hear me fine, and
Yeah.
okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Turn that up a
Okay,
bit.
you
There
might
we
have
go.
pressed a button somewhere or
That was
something.
my.
Yeah.
That was my being bad stupid again. That was me
Yeah.
not being able to
So
brain today.
right.
For those that heard the earlier show, the origin of Memorial Day, which growing up you and I knew as Decoration Day, was
Right.
actually instituted for the armed forces. It was and did not become a federal holiday to the early 1970 till 1970 or so.
Yeah, Nixon or somebody.
Yeah, but it May 30th, 1868. It was a general order that was sent out to all Army men, Army,
Yeah.
Navy,
Yeah.
Marine, to remember the fallen from the Civil
Yeah.
War by decorating their graves.
Right.
And that was like the only, flowers, garlands, memento mori. And that was the only thing that was prescribed.
Right.
So it was not a religious thing, nothing. It was just, and it never
It
has
was
been
known as
it's
Decoration Day.
probably America's first secular holiday. Truly
Yeah.
secular holiday.
My dad still calls it Decoration Day. What do you mean Memorial Day? It's called Decoration Day. Damn it. That's what he says.
Well,
So
they expanded it. It got expanded. Well, it became a federal holiday, so
yeah.
business corporations could have one more
Yeah.
3-day weekend.
Right.
I remember when I used to get my brother's birthday off from school because he was born on Lincoln's birthday, and
Yep.
Lincoln's birthday was a federal holiday and school was closed.
Yes.
George Washington's birthday, February 22nd, was a federal holiday. Schools were closed.
Yes.
And Nixon gave us the 3-day weekends because it was better for business.
Yep.
So now we have President's Day.
Yeah, because it took one of the it took one. Well, because of MLK, Martin Luther King Day, they had to say, okay, one of you got to take another one away because we got too many federal holidays. So
Bullshit.
they kind of merged the two February holidays into one. So
No, that was before MLK Day.
So yeah, yeah, well, that's that's all it was. Just a bunch of I don't want to have too many federal holidays because I don't know, something like that. So I mean, and the other thing is they were a week apart. Essentially, Lincoln and Washington holidays were like 7, 8, 9 days apart. Something like that. We're pretty close. So now you had one in January instead of two in February. One in January, one in February.
Yeah.
And the union at where my dad worked, they said, "Screw that freaking January freaking holiday crap. We're just going to make it anybody can take it. Basically making an extra day off where you can take it any time of year you want."
Yeah.
Not necessarily just on Martin Luther King Day, but on any, because they said, January up here is freaking nonsense. February's bad enough, but January even worse. So so the union got that concession out of the company here, so
That's always nice.
they didn't have to follow that Martin Luther King Day thing, and I don't, everybody said, well, that's just because it's the black white issue, and I said, no, it wasn't. I don't want anything about the black white except the only white involved was the freaking snowflakes here in January. But they got that extra day there, so it was kind of nice. They didn't have to take it in February either because that was the other thing. So they got a pretty good break out of that. Everybody taking an extra day in June, July, or August. The way God intended, I think. So,
Oh my no! Oh no!
yeah, so that's how the holidays work. We're midway through this one, and
Yeah, I mean,
up here it's a scorcher. It's in the 80s, so we're loving that.
I love it too, except when the air quality is bad. I've been having
Yeah, then you're If it
issues with
develops.
my asthma over that, and it,
Yep.
my the weather.com can't decide if it is 70 9 degrees,
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
no,
Okay.
or 75 degrees.
Yeah.
I have two different. I'm on my notification bar on my Mac. I have two different temperatures from the same weather
Location.
bureau, from both from weather.com, from the weather
Yep.
channel. They can't decide. So I guess one is reading closer to where I live than, two different weather
Yeah.
stations.
The other one's probably out there in Central Park somewhere.
Yes, that's the one that usually gets the I get, because that's the closest weather station.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You would think that would be a little cooler, just because it's a park and there's a lake there, and yada yada. Maybe
not
not.
necessarily.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be cooler because the green will hold in heat.
Okay.
It's kind of like in San
Nice.
Francisco. If it's was a warm day evening, and the
Yep.
fog rolls in, it will be warm while walking through the fog,
Right.
because it will
Right.
hold because the fog will hold the heat in.
Yep. Yep. So yeah. So there's that. Another city where you got the mists and the fog is San Francisco. So that it's cool. It's all good. We don't get much of that here. You get it maybe a couple, 3 times a year, but I know Baltimore, they get it quite a bit. They don't get it. I don't think they get it as much as San Francisco does, but they get it quite a bit there in Baltimore. So there's that. Did you hit any bars there in town, or just
We had our massive our yeah Bond Street Social.
not?
Great place. Bar, restaurant, um, and I chipped in for what I could, which was cool because they know my financial situation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And the founder of our feast, the guy who owns the board, booked the back room. Um, and we had little appetizers, and oh my god, duck comfit arepas were fucking amazingly delicious.
Yeah. I wonder what the.
Duck is usually greasy.
Yeah. Yep.
This was pulled duck, nicely seasoned, a little spicy, which was good, and it was on an arepa, and it was really good.
Nice.
All the little
Sounds pretty good.
all the finger foods they had were really good. This place is amazing. So when you go visit Baltimore,
Yeah.
got to go to Bond Street Social. It's on the water.
Yep.
You pass downtown. It's actually in the older port part of Baltimore.
Okay. Yep.
You still get cobblestones, and the place
Right.
is it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's airy, nicely laid out.
Yep.
You're not elbow to elbow like you are in restaurants here in New York.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And great wait staff. Great
Very
atmosphere.
good.
We watched the Kentucky Derby, and holy shit, was that a great race!
Yep.
It was like freaking close.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All good.
It was
What's
really,
that?
really, really a good race.
A lot of people there, or
For our group, yeah, we're about 27
yeah.
people. There were about
Yeah.
27 of us,
Good.
and
Good.
it was a lot of fun. There were people that I had met last year, when we did, where were we? Can't remember where we were. Philadelphia. Yeah, that's when I broke my tooth.
Yep. Yep.
No dental disasters here. Um,
Good. Good.
yeah. Um, and some new people that I met. It was some people I had to be reintroduced to because I have memory issues, but it's okay.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Um,
uh, the only bar story I got out of Baltimore, even though I've been in a few bars there, is a buddy of mine were down there in business doing something on a weekend there. It was Friday, Saturday, and then they were returning back home on Sunday. And it was a Saturday night, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and we hit this bar, and it looked like they were closing down. But we asked them, you guys still open? Oh yeah. Come on over. You can, blah blah blah. We ordered a couple of beers, and they give them to us in a paper cup and said, "Now we're closed. Get out of here. See you later." I said, "Oh yeah."
Love it.
I said, "Holy cow, man!" I've never seen anything like that in my entire freaking life, and hopefully never see that again. But true story. We did ask. It looked like they were closing down. We said, maybe they got time for another, 10, 15
Well,
minutes.
you never. Yeah. Well, hey, that's
Yeah,
how it
can't
works.
really actually tell what's going. Because I mean, I don't know how deep they were in the process of getting this thing turned down. But yeah, we wanted. Okay, yeah, we're open, and we'll have a couple beers. So they give them this in a paper cup, and yeah, one of these 16-ounce paper cup things, and like you get at a ballpark or something. And said, "See you later." I go, "Holy cow! Yeah, now we're closed. Get out of here."
Well,
All
at
right.
least they gave you something to drink before
Yeah,
they
they did. At least
before
we,
they threw. They were kind enough to take your money, so
they did.
don't complain,
Yeah, true. At least we did get something for our money, I guess.
man. But the traffic down in Baltimore, you
Yep.
know, yeah, it was a sad. It was an early Saturday, but it was just horrible.
Yeah, probably.
It was
Probably.
terrible.
It is one. Yeah, it is traffic city. I mean, you got the traffic heading toward the Beltway there, and so I mean, you got that going on as people rush toward
You're
DC.
I'm going to turn my audio down because there's a siren on its way.
Oh yeah,
Can you
but
hear it?
I mean, so there's yeah, Baltimore is pretty much of a traffic town because yeah, it's one of those towns you're either going north or you're going south essentially. Got that melting pot right there. It's just like it's that. You're heading towards Philly or you're going from Philly to Washington D.C. and it's just nothing but uh, on ramps and off ramps, baby. Just try to make sure you get the right exit. Holy cow! It comes up quick too. They come up quick.
Oh yeah.
We're doing 65, 70, 75 miles an hour, and those exits are. You're looking for I-95 or I-495.
Well, what's interesting is that when you are driving downtown through Baltimore, is that you've got Camden Yards right there,
Yeah,
but it's also in an area where there's a lot of stuff that you can. Well, it's not a dead zone like
yeah,
like the stadium in Phoenix,
yeah.
or most places where there's like a sports stadium, there's like nothing there.
No, that's all there is the stadium. Yeah,
You know,
you got to
um,
walk a couple of blocks before you run
if
into anything
that
else. Yeah,
if that close. I mean,
yeah,
frankly, the major league stadiums for Nuke, I think, are too far away from the neighborhoods for the
yeah.
businesses.
They are. They are. That's the
Unlike
way. That's the way I like it.
the new sports Barclays Center in Brooklyn, there's a lot of shit around there where
Yep.
where it's not a dead zone.
Right. No, no, it isn't.
You can go to eat afterwards. There's you're right by transportation. It's easy to get to.
Yeah.
Um, you know.
Yeah. They did the same thing with Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. They made it more of a mall kind of thing outside the stadium, where you can kind of do some stuff besides just go to your car. So I
Um,
mean, it is more of a extended neighborhood kind of thing
yeah, ladies and
for
gentlemen,
us.
you're going to hear the fan from my air conditioner
Yeah.
because I
Good.
absolutely have to turn it on. It's
Yeah.
too damn humid
Yeah.
in my room.
That it melts. Yeah, I know. But
And
yeah.
let me just turn everything down here.
Oh, it's Kanakastanian says it was her birthday today,
Yes.
and she said it was like November there in PI, PE, PIE, whatever that is. Yeah, Prince Edward Island, PEI. So yeah, so I don't know why that weather, our warm weather, hasn't hit PEI yet.
It's the weather pattern.
Must be, I guess. Yeah, but
See,
it's been like this for a
this
couple
is
of
why I
days here
watch the
now.
Weather Channel because I can learn
Yeah,
these things.
we're loving it. This is going to extend another couple more days yet, so we might be looking at Tuesday or Wednesday before it starts to cool off again. So good. I kind of like it 79, 80-ish myself, but beyond that, it can
I
go
don't I like the heat. I hate the humidity here,
yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll be
yeah,
really happy when the weather air quality gets better because
yeah.
it's interfering with my ability to
Kills
even
you.
just get up and walk outside.
Right. It
And
does.
when you got things you got to do, it's a pain in the ass. So, and
Yeah, there is that. There is that aspect of it, no doubt about it.
you might find this hard to believe, but I actually was able to get the podcast recorded because I was standing up and talking. as if I have difficulty talking when I'm sitting down.
Okay. Well,
uh,
so you got that done.
oh, yeah, by the way, you're listening to the Roundhouse Power Hour here on
Yes.
netrootsradio.com and streaming live
Yes.
also on Spreaker, where you can find our podcasts. Also, you can get our podcasts on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher.
Yes.
If you're listening to us from our webpage, and you can scroll down to the bottom of the webpage, you can help us become a Patreon of netrootsradio.com
Yes. 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 Yes.
and help keep our
So
servers
a
running
buck a
because
month, a
only
buck a
our
month,
tech guys get
okay.
paid.
Yeah. Like I say, a buck or two a month. You don't even
Yeah.
get paid. No, no problem.
We won't even, if you
Right.
pitch in a
And it
little
does
bit
help us
more
out.
than a buck a month,
Yeah.
you might get something really cool from us, like
Yes.
a handwritten thank you note. Do you know how
Yes. Absolutely.
precious getting a real letter is these days?
Yeah.
This may
Yeah.
be, we may have entered into the generation, into the no journal generation, because,
Yeah. I
uh,
know.
well, most
It,
people, when they blog, they don't talk about things that are like going on around them, but, petty little things. So it's very, very difficult. A lot of our history is known through the writings of people at the time.
yeah. Well, certainly.
And, letters,
Obviously,
and
Shakespeare.
letters are very important to the not to history. And with everything going electronic, it's now,
Right.
it's now, up until the electronic era, it was really difficult to rewrite history. And
Yeah.
now
No
it
question.
now
Yeah. No
technically
doubt about it.
we are in a virtual mini true because take a look. You can, if it weren't for the internet, neither Donald Trump nor Hillary Clinton would be, well, Hillary Clinton would not be savaged over nothing
Right. Right. Right.
because there wouldn't be well, there would be a cadre of conspiracy theorists. They wouldn't be connected. It would be harder for them to get. I mean, it is not that there is more conspiracy theory or more nut jobs out in the world today, just that they're better connected.
Yeah.
When
Way better connected than
oh, speaking of better connected, there is now is it life science, I think it was, where there was I briefly saw it, there was an article about that autism may start it may be purely genetic. Hang on, if I can find it.
Yeah. A birthday shout out to the Canuckstanians. Anyway, so
Yeah.
want to get that out there.
Yes. Happy birthday, Ricky Kanekistani, and
Yes.
thank you again for filling in for me last week. Did
Yes.
she? Was she awesome?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Might have to do it again.
I knew she could handle it.
Might have to do it again. Yeah. Sometime. Yeah.
Bring her in on the round table, and we can have a real round table.
Yeah.
Bring her out of that
Absolutely.
shy shell of hers.
Yeah. There you go. Yep. Oh yeah. She can chime in anytime. I mean, that ain't a problem.
So yeah. What other really cool things? Um, go back to work in 2 weeks. Oh, a whole 2 days a week. A whole 12 hours a week. Yay!
Oh, for employment.
As
Yeah.
I was saying in the earlier, all of my friends were saying, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get out of here. If Trump's elected. Well, you guys are fucking cowards because you're leaving the rest of us who can't afford to leave.
Right. Yep.
Screw you. You know.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to afford to leave. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you know. Take the first megabus to Toronto,
But
or
then again, that's part of the old 1% conspiracy, if you want to call it conspiracy. Is they
nah,
want
it's not a
they
one
want
percent conspiracy. I mean,
they just
everybody
want to
says they're
pay you
gonna.
enough
I
so
mean,
you can
everybody
sell your
in their
book.
in every. I mean, Rush. You know, Nugent said he was going to be dead or in jail if Obama was reelected.
Uh,
Limbaugh said he was going to leave if he, was going to leave America. If blah blah. It's we go through this all the time.
yeah. Oh,
The
just saying
biggest
it's
issue are those Sanders supporters
yeah,
who are saying they would rather have a fascist government than Hillary Clinton as president.
no doubt. Yeah, there's
No, one of
articles
them,
coming out about that. That's why they
a
need
couple of
peace.
Sanders supporters, who, by the way, who I'm inferring from their last names are Latino or Hispanic. I have to make a distinction here. Latinos and Hispanics are regionally different, um, even though they and they one of them said, yeah, even though it'd be kind of like Nazis, I'd rather we need a change, so I'll go with I'll go with the fascist.
Yeah.
I'll vote for the fascist. Um, and what's really
Uh,
making it tough for people, I mean, the more this bullshit happens and there's violence, and the less that Sanders calls it out and castigates his supporters for doing this, the more I am
yeah.
seeing him as simply as a bomb thrower.
Right.
He just went in and decided he wanted to try and dictate who was going to be on the committee at the convention. You're not a fucking Democrat, so just shut the fuck up.
So
I mean,
yeah.
and he's really burned a lot of bridges when he loses, when he goes back
Yeah.
to the Senate.
Yeah.
He's made it impossible for any independent to ever run as a Democrat.
Yeah. Indeed.
Hang
Indeed.
on,
I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know.
somebody
Try it.
butt dial.
You
Oh
have
yeah.
reached
Oh, I guess.
Erica Harris.
Okay.
Ricky,
Hang on.
answer your
Please
damn
leave your
phone.
message after the tone.
Shoot. Okay.
Pick up your
Nice
phone,
try.
Ricky.
That's a good try. Okay. I'll try this way. But
God, don't you just love live radio? But he's a bomb thrower. I mean,
yeah.
some people are having, visions of Ralph Nader. He's technically, at this point, as far as just, messing up the two-party system, he's Trump's equivalent.
Yeah.
For my sane Republican friends, I am frightened about what the party has become for them, and I'm not really sure what the Democratic Party is going to look like after this. There's a lot of political ignorance on both sides.
I love it though. Yeah.
I
It's
don't love it.
fun.
I,
Fun
I, I am
ride.
horrified by it. You've
Yes, it
got
is.
people. You've
We have
got
no
people
idea.
who
We have
think
no
that
idea where it's
that they
going.
have a right to vote in a primary
Yeah.
where they are not registered for that party's primary, and if they're not allowed to vote, why it's rigged. No, you need to
Right.
be a member. You need to be a member of the fucking. It's like I said. If the Independent Party was the major party, do you really think they would let Democrats vote for the candidate
Right. Right.
without making them register
Oh,
for
not
the
at all. But
party in order to swell the numbers?
obviously, you have to. I mean, that's the point of a political party. Actually, it's just
That's what I'm
you've
saying.
got your own circle there. You know,
That's what I'm saying. It's
if
it's
you're
it's
not an
it's it's a
insider,
form
get
of
the
bomb
hell
throwing.
out.
I'm gonna it's disrupted. It's disrupting the political process to the point where it might not recover on both sides. The only individual that has not, I mean, say what you want about Hillary Clinton, she has not responded to the attacks on her husband, the attacks on her for, calling her an enabler of Clinton's dalliances.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
this is the first woman in history to ever be blamed
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
to not, to say she was part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know where that's coming from though. I don't know if that's coming
it's the
from the
fact she
Bernie
stayed.
bros or
Her last name is Clinton.
yeah. Yeah. I
It goes all the way back to, they're bringing up Whitewater. I love it. This is a man who's declared bankruptcy I don't know how many times, has failed businesses, and he's bringing up. This is a man who was such a great businessman. He paid twice the assessed value for the property his bankrupt casino sits on in Atlantic City from a mobster. And
Right.
he's dredging up a 20-year-old real estate thing where the Clintons lost money. Imagine that. They were investing. Whitewater was about them losing money in real estate.
Yeah, it was a bad deal. It was.
Trying to bring up Vince Foster again, and the family is coming out and jumping all over Trump on that.
Yeah.
They've got nothing. I mean, there's nothing there, and the fact that she is not, and this is what's frustrating Trump, is that she's not falling into the game. She's not playing his game.
Right. Yeah, it's a different season. We haven't had an election like this in, I don't know, since I've been around. So.
Well, what we're seeing actually is the two popular kids going at it. Trump
Right.
is behaving like he's got a crush on her because she is so impenetrable. He can't find her weak spot, and it's killing him.
Yep.
And Trump actually pulled out of the debate with Sanders. Um, See, he didn't think, when he challenged Sanders to the debate and said, "Put up $10 million," he knew that Sanders didn't have that type of money. Neither does he. Um, and some Silicon Valley wag said he'd put the money up, and that is when Trump actually backed out.
Yep. Yep.
Here we
That's
are.
interesting. Anyway. Yeah. Ricky's here somewhere. I said she can jump in any freaking time. Just yeah.
Oh,
Because I got
I
nothing.
mean, when you've got Michelle Malkin website hotair.com. Um, well, she's with the Trumpers on that one. It's an error. He's really worth that much.
Yeah, Michelle Malkin's still around, I guess.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, his Trump campaign says Paul Manafort, Trump senior advisor, met with a group of Senate Republican chiefs of staff for lunch last week. Sources familiar with the meeting. Basically, it's like we don't have enough money for advertising. They know they're not going to have enough money to be on TV in June, and probably most of July, until they actually accept the nomination to get RNC funds. So they plan to just use earned media to compete on the airwaves.
Right.
That's a far cry from Trump's public insistence that he signed a fundraising agreement with the RNC in order to help the party, not himself.
Yep. It's I don't know.
So I wonder I mean, besides Sheldon Adelson's shrivelly old dick,
I just hope that the
who else is
DNC.
he going to have to pick up the phone for when they call if frighteningly enough he is elected?
Yeah, they haven't. I haven't replied to any of those DNC emails requesting cash or whatever.
I'm not talking about the DNC. This has nothing to
Okay.
do with that. At least the DNC is honest about needing money.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Um,
And people are all in a tizzy because there are large, big Republican donors throwing money at Hillary Clinton. Well, they know they ain't going to get no favors from her. She took money from Wall Street and still didn't give them anything.
it's
She's
kind of
also raising money. Yeah, Sanders is now, fundraising. Sanders has been fundraising for Democrats, but he's specifically now fundraising to replace for Debbie Wasserman Schultz's opponent, which might be a good thing for for everybody
Yeah.
involved, but he's also trying to dismantle things. He thinks he's the white knight coming in to rescue the Democratic Party.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But if he would get the nomination, he's elected. He's pissed off so many people he worked with that
Yeah.
even if we get a Democratic majority in both houses, he's not going to be able to get anything done because they're going to say "fuck you."
Yep.
Now
Probably.
you want to work with us?
Yep. Well, it's the same with Obama. I mean, there's so many blue dogs that didn't want to work with Obama. The same kind of didn't matter if
Well,
we had a majority or not.
those blue dogs are that's the other problem with the Bernie Bros. I
Yep.
mean, and their 4chan rhetoric. I mean, I don't give a shit if these guys are trolls from 4chan
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or
From
what.
4chan.
The mere fact that Sanders has not been calling them out.
No, he's not going to do that. Uh, I'm sure he loves that. He's got these supporters that are out there creaming Hillary. This, that, and the other, whatever. So he's not going to call
Oh, but he
call.
was taking such a high road before.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
And at this point, the only person still traveling the high road is Hillary Rodham
Yep.
Clinton.
Yeah.
And this has and it's now coming out he doesn't know the reason he doesn't talk about foreign policy is that he doesn't really have any knowledge of foreign policy. It wasn't his purview, so he didn't feel a need. Like it's
Yeah.
perfectly normal. But Jesus, man, you're running
Yeah.
for the presidency. You
You
should
got to know
you
a little
should
bit
do
about
some
it.
research, dude.
Yeah.
You're not a stupid man.
You've got some staff that can handle that.
Yeah.
So yeah, send them out there looking for it. Yeah, he's all about the internal.
Well, I'm
Internal.
also a bit troubled by a couple of his votes. He voted against um, an Amber Alert measure which would have sentenced repeat pedophilic offenders to life in prison. He also apparently voted against a bill that would have required mandatory HIV testing for people accused of rape and the results disclosed to the victims
Yeah.
because privacy. That's really troubling.
Yeah. I know. That's these smaller issues, and I know they're big issues for some people, but for other people, especially
That's
for
a major
privacy,
issue.
they don't really
Problem
give
with
a
that with
flying flip.
privacy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ricky.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Just quiet.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Privacy issue. Yeah.
Well, no,
I
if
don't really see anything wrong with it myself. I mean, I don't know if I'd be in favor of it, but I'm not exactly opposed to it either.
well, I personally, as
No.
somebody who survived being raped,
Yeah.
I sure would have loved to have known. Fortunately, I would have. I think it would be a matter. Fuck his right to medical privacy.
Yeah. I
Because
think
if
the
he's
victims have
HIV
a big problem with
positive,
it. Right.
he should be, and it's not just personally somebody who if he's HIV positive, and he knows it at the time he commits the crime, it should not have to,
He'd
or
be
he's
charged with attempted murder if he did that.
exactly.
It would come close to that, I guess.
No, it is.
Yeah.
There's been cases
Yeah.
of gay men who have gone and deliberately infected other gay men out of revenge when they
Yeah,
discovered
I've
that.
heard of that.
Yeah, there've been trials about it, and there have been cases of heterosexual men who have done the same thing when they've been become HIV
It's sad.
positive.
It's sad.
They're gonna take
I
out
guess
as many women as they feel to get their revenge.
I guess they got to take somebody with them. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Doesn't make any sense to me, but
Well, that's like yeah, and it should be part of the criminal evidence and the motive. Go towards the motive.
yeah.
And if and the victim should not have to find out the HIV status via the newspapers because it gets disclosed.
Right. All interesting stuff. Yeah. Somebody want to jump in here? 417-717-1454.
We really do take phone calls.
Also, the chat's open too. So you got the Canucks standing in the chat room.
And I'm not capable of doing multiple things at the same time, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That's all that's going on. One way that you can actually get on the radio without actually getting on the radio is just use the chat room. Because we do read for what's going on in there. So, I mean, we
It would be nice if somebody besides me went into the chat room as well.
Yeah,
well, we
exactly.
try, but it's Saturday night, and
I don't know where everyone that used to go into the chat, where they ended up. Where did they go?
I have no idea.
You gotta find them, I guess. You gotta go back and find out where the hell they're at. Because it used to be a pretty good rollicking.
They'll be around again. I don't know.
Yeah.
They will be.
Need a new group in there, so just join
Well,
us
people
there.
get lives. I think KCMO got
Yes, yeah.
has employment.
Yeah, I hate that when, you got a job or something, you gotta, work till freaking midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning.
And there's people who has absolutely nothing to do with their time.
Yeah. Well, you can, at least read and stuff. Yeah, still, you still got your eyesight and stuff, so.
Not much, but I have some of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I played Farmville most of the time, so.
Oh, there you go. There's that.
That's what I did today. I played Farmville all day.
Okay.
You have much more patience than I.
I have to get you on secondlife.com. A little more.
I don't have a computer that is powerful enough.
Oh, to do that, to run that, yeah. You do need something relatively
Something
powerful.
more than 2 gigabytes of memory.
Yeah, you need at least 8 gigs memory. Yeah, that would help.
I don't know what this thing has.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do well to play videos, so I don't think it would do Second Life too well.
No, not too well. I mean, it does take up a lot of your computer to run Second Life. That's the only bad thing about it.
That's why I play Farmville on the iPad.
Yep, there you go. Yep, that's not a bad way to do it. iPads work pretty good. Yeah, we got to figure out once going into St. Louis, we got way before that. Within the next month or so, we got to figure out how we got to set up our stuff too. So we'll do that over the next 3 or 4 weeks, figuring out how we're gonna.
Well, fortunately, with this particular setup, now I don't need that much space.
Yeah.
But it would be nice if we had like more than one table. I know that's.
It would. I don't know if we're going to get more than one, especially with all these other people coming in. But it would be nice if we had 2. It'd be great if we had 2. Once we get there, we can maybe figure that out too, because I don't know exactly what
they might be. Well, the convention center too might be nice enough to let us,
set up.
let us let Netroots plead poverty and say we just need a card table.
Yes.
Because that would work fine. Because if
it would.
There's because. The table, unless of course the table we had last at in Phoenix was deliberately too small.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nobody liked it. Nobody liked the setup there at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if We Act is going to be there this year or not either. I don't know. Maybe not.
So yeah. So yeah.
Are you going to be bringing your camera with you again?
Oh hell yeah!
I liked watching the 5 minutes that you had up anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get a lot more than that. Yeah, I'm going to try to do a lot more than that once we get, because we're going to have more of the people manning the fort, so I can kind of get out and about.
Yeah.
And get some of that up, posted up. So we'll do a lot of that, and outside the convention as well. So we'll just get some video going.
Yeah.
Should be a wrap. I will have a little more time to do stuff like that.
As Kelly knows, I like watching video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
not sure about what kind of panels.
Yeah, I did. I also I had planned on doing the show I did, and then I went. I don't really feel like recording, doing any narrating.
It should be fun. I mean,
but I did instead. It was like bad angle on my face reading the war prayer.
We're
Yeah, that
pretty much going to
didn't
have
look too
Spreaker on,
bad.
so
Thank you.
we're going to be covered with Spreaker.
You
Spreaker
could
will
see
cover
you
us.
for the whole thing anyway. It's not like
Well,
you
it's only
were
a 4-page
running
essay,
away
so
or
it's not
anything.
that long. When it's printed out, it's actually quite short. So, but I want to re-record it in a better environment with no background hums and shit like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So it should be better. We got the Wednesday night dinner with C&J, Cheers and Cheers with
Yeah.
their annual dinner there at Netroots Nation. So
But of course.
that should be good. That's at 5:30, 6 o'clock Wednesday night, and hopefully we'll get some good appetizers there. I guess they said there's a bunch of appetizers we're gonna have basically for dinner, and should there be should take care of dinner right there. So that'll be good. Get to some of these spots, hot spots. There's want to get some St. Louis barbecue. Get some of that
Definitely
going
have
on.
to do that.
So we'll check out some of the spots there. That's for sure.
All the really good, all the 4-star places on Yelp are like not in the convention center area. So we need to go
Yeah,
where
but right,
well, we need to go well, it's like everywhere else. You need to go dine where the people who live there dine, because then you know you're getting the real thing.
indeed.
It's
That's
like
the
my
best way to do it.
ex-boyfriend and I, we were going to see a show down in Chinatown here, and um, we walked past we walked past a restaurant that had people from the neighborhood eating there, and went, "This is where we will eat," because we
Yeah,
knew it was going to be real
yeah, oh yeah.
and reasonably priced. Not for the tourists, thank you. It was really good. So,
Yeah, we should be able to find some spots. We're like a block from the freaking convention center, so a block and a half. So I mean, it should be really no trouble at all finding spots. I don't know about any extracurricular parties going on. I don't know about that, but at least we'll be hit some of the local flavor as far as the restaurants and stuff go. Definitely not too far from anything, and that helps. We're not driving freaking 15 miles, trying to find the freaking airport, so we're good there. So yeah, we'll see what we can do getting in.
Driving around in circles, right? Wait.
Yeah, oh yeah, that freaking Phoenix airport, you can't even find. There's not even a freaking
dude,
sign that says
you guys,
this
well,
take
no,
a right here
you
for this
could
place.
find where we were. It's just that you were not listening to justices. Just stop
Yeah.
here, stop here, stop here, and I almost missed my flight because you stopped and dropped me off so far away from my actual terminal.
Yeah. Well, again, that's just poor
No,
signage
wait, I did miss my
there
flight.
at the airport.
Actually, I did miss my flight, Wink.
Yeah, you missed your flight getting out of there.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to find. There's nothing that looks like a terminal. That's half the problem.
No, it
Everything
was the
looks like.
terminal. You just stopped at the wrong spot. You did not listen
Yeah.
to Justice when he told you it was to the directions when he told you it was where it
Yeah.
was. It was like the first terminal when we drove in.
Yeah, it was.
And then I was really freaking, and then I was like really lucky to get onto a flight at all on as standby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Standby. You're almost never gonna get on.
Well,
A
let's
flight
put it this
that
way,
day.
Wink. You were lucky that I did get in, because if I didn't get in, you were going to be buying me a room for that night.
Yeah. That's it.
Because my gear made it.
Right.
My luggage made it.
Yeah, I made it to New York.
No, made it to Newark.
Yep.
No, made it to
that's about it.
made it to Philadelphia. And then I had
This
a
is
no, it made it. Then I had to fucking wait for it to arrive from Philadelphia, from the layover
Yep.
stop.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So I think I spent 24 hours in airports,
Pretty much. It was pretty close. Well, that
and it
whole
was
day,
all your fault.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because the Phoenix airport has no freaking signage whatsoever. They give you a half a clue where you are. Oh my God, it's terrible. And I got that confirmed by another guy that's flown out of there a few times. And yeah, it's the absolute worst. Oh my God, it's terrible. Well, the only thing it might be worse is Syracuse, but at least you know where the terminal is. At least you can find the terminal. But there you can't find crap. You can't find the freaking used car, the cars get a car in or out. Can't find that. That's like a couple miles away. Oh, it's just a lovely, lovely airport. Yeah. Hopefully St. Louis will be a little bit better than that. I doubt it, but hoping. Because I'm sure St. Louis is pretty old and beat up too. But we'll find out, I guess. We'll find out as we fly into that. Oh my God.
Well,
That
it'll be.
flying today is
I'm
a
just
nightmare.
hoping that I'm not gonna be all cramped up, but
Yeah.
we'll discuss that. Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see what happens, but oh my God.
I may notify them and tell them I need to be seated early due to a knee issue.
Yeah.
Wear my knee brace out front and have my cane.
Philadelphia airport is really actually pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
compared to some, it's not bad at all. And I'm sure Newark's not too bad.
Newark's great.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah.
It's a lot like again. I fly out of Newark because it's a lot easier to get. It's less of a hassle to get to.
Oh yeah, rather than JFK or freaking LaGuardia.
LaGuardia. See, I have to take the one up to
LaGuardia's a
125th
nightmare.
Street
Yeah.
or the 2-3, so I don't have to drag my luggage down a flight of stairs because
Yep.
because it's elevated.
Right.
And then I don't have to get on a local bus
Right.
where the last stop is the airport.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Or I don't have to
And
get on
JFK not
to
much better. In fact, it's
I
better.
don't have to get on the one transfer at 59th Street and make sure I get on the right A train because there's two,
Yeah.
and then once I get off the train, the bus, the subway, I have to pay like another $5 to get onto the air train.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
with New Jersey Transit, when you buy your ticket
You're in.
to New Jersey to the airport, it includes your air train fare.
Right. You gotta love that. Yeah. So you don't have any freaking problems getting in and out of there.
Yeah.
Every place else is pretty much a nightmare.
Airports are a nightmare in general. That's the way they're
Yeah, they are.
designed.
They are.
At this point, that's what they are now. I mean,
Yeah. Yep. Hate it. Hate every bit of it. The only good thing is actually when you're actually in the air. I mean, then you can just kind of
Yeah.
relax or whatever, kick back a little bit. But as far as the actual getting through the airport, what a pain in the butt that is. Holy cow. So we're not looking forward to the actual trip. Looking forward to getting there and getting into the hotel and we can camp out for the week. That's pretty good. It should be a pretty good event. See how that goes and what's going on there in St. Louis. And maybe I don't know, the next one, they'll announce that for, once they get probably on a Friday or Saturday, they'll announce for the next, 2017, where that's going to be at. And then I got a feeling it's going to be back out on the West Coast, but we'll see. Maybe not.
See, that's when we'll decide whether I'll be going or not.
Yeah.
It depends on where
Yeah, if it's not too far from you, you can make it next year.
Yeah.
Ain't luck at all. Hopefully it's on the East Coast, but I doubt it.
When I told Mom St. Louis, she said no.
Yeah, it's too far. It's way too freaking far. I mean, Boston and New York.
She kind of wanted to go to Phoenix, but I said St. Louis. She said no.
Yeah. Forget about it. We got to get out of here. We got about
Yep.
15, 20 seconds. And we'll be flipping it over to the next one. So we'll be back here next Saturday night. I want to thank Ricky the Canuckstanian for stopping by tonight. And with that, we're out.
Enjoy your weekend.
Yes. Enjoy the weekend. Yes.